Hello and welcome to my next blog. I know it's been a bit of a while and I promised you that I would follow up the last blog about the Kellycaster with a bit more detail about how it all works. So this short screen share is just about sharing how it's all set up, and then I go into more detail about how it works throughout the rest of the blog. So let's get the Kellycaster out of the bag, and there it is. A thing of beauty, as Frank Lyons said. So the first thing you might notice is this little silver plate that's on the guitar, and that's just my left hand. So I rest my left hand on that, and the beauty of that is I can roll my hand on and off the strings to get that sort of dampening effect. So if you're doing a reggae beat or something like that, that sort of reggae rhythm, that and I can drop my arm on and off that silver plate onto the strings, and it's just one of the many things that makes the Kellycaster unique and amazing compared to other kinds of sort of guitars that are adapted. So so let's get all the leads out of the bag, and there aren't too many wires and leads, but this is the first one, and this is a Roland guitar interface, and it plugs in there into the guitar. And what that does is it's 13 pin, and actually we're just using kind of 6 of the pins at this point just to get the string detection. And the string detection comes from this hex Roland pickup, and that's sort of 6 individual little pickups all in one unit. And it comes up the cable, and then I plug the cable into this black box, and we plug it in there like that. And that's the guitar plugged in to the little black box. Now the little black box has got a funny power supply, so Charles has made me this little power supply which we plug into this little jack, and then it's all powered up. And that the beauty of that is that power supply lasts me 5 or 6 hours, so easily a good old session of music or a rehearsal, and that's fine. It probably lasts longer, but I've never let it run out yet. I'm too chicken to run out of power. Anyway, so we're all powered up. Now I hear you saying, what's in the black box, John? Well, here comes the magic. The magic is here, the Bella Maker platform. And the Bella Maker platform is an amazing bit of kit because it's really very fast. It's ultra low latency audio and sensor processing environment. And what that really means is if you imagine I'm strumming those strings quite fast, in fact very fast sometimes, and all that data has to get to the computer as quickly as possible. And the latency on this is just, groundbreaking. It's one of the best in the whole world, I would say. And it's like the latency is less than 100 milliseconds. So it's faster than most of the best laptops. And you just don't notice it. You hit the string and the sound comes straight out. The other things that are amazing about the Bella platform is it's open source, and it also features a browser-based IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. Now that all sounds, just gobbledygook to some people, but what it really means in real terms is that if I've got a problem, Charles, who works with me on the Kellycaster, doesn't have to be in my house or even at the gig with me. So, for example, when I was in Ireland during the summer, my arm became a bit tired of playing because we were playing so much. And I noticed that my strumming was a bit weak on a couple of the strings. Rang Charles up, and he was able to open the browser and just make a little adjustment and put a little booster on a couple of the strings for me. And I was immediately then able to strum more evenly, even though my arm was a bit tired. So that's why that browser-based IDE is really useful. So that's the Bella platform. That's what sits in the little black box. Then what I need to do is from that little black box, I need to send all that information onto my laptop. So we plug it into a USB, and then all the data goes into a Max for Live patch through what we call pure data. And the Max for Live patch works on Ableton Live, and I'll go into more detail about the Max for Live patch in a little bit. But that's kind of, we're ready to go there, and then that's all kind of the right hand strumming stuff. really. Now, on the guitar, obviously you've got your left hand, and this is where the next bit of magic happens for me. What I do is I can then MIDI map the Max for Live patch. So I use what looks like a traditional keyboard, and this is a Novation Launch Key Mini for chord switching and some of the performance navigation. I then use this little baby, which is a Novation Launch Control XL pad, and I do some further sort of string work on that, some of the string detection, volume, and I also use it for my pedal effects. Then you can take the audio out of the jack that's in the laptop, but I use, plug those USBs in, obviously. Those keen computer buffs out there will say, hold on, there's only one USB in a Mac Pro there. And you're right, so I just use a little hub for plugging them both in there. And then what I do is audio out into a little Akai EIE Pro audio interface. That's beautiful because it looks good, but practically it's got nice big knobs and switches for me, which works really, really well when I'm sort of working live or whatever. And it's got a great sound card and 4 inputs and all that sort of stuff. So that's me. We're set up and we're ready to play, and we're ready to look at the Max for Live patch.